Perfect Day at Coco Cay is one of the biggest and best private islands out there, but it's also one of the most confusing. It has the amenities of an amusement park, family resort, and adults-only resort all packed onto one small island. Some amenities are free, some are premium sections for a fee, and many of those premium sections offer additional add-ons that can cost into the thousands. On the one hand, it's amazing to have so many options available, but it can also get overwhelming trying to figure it all out. In this episode of the Chill Cruiser, it's Perfect Day 101, a high-level guide to everything the island offers to help you plan your version of a perfect day. If you're headed to Perfect Day soon and trying to get your bearings, you're not going to want to miss this. Hey cruisers, Andrew from Toronto, Canada here. Welcome to the Chill Cruiser, where I explore cruising from a chill perspective. Today I'm going to share an overview of Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean Group's popular private island in the Bahamas. I recently visited the island on a celebrity cruise, and to be honest, I was overwhelmed with all the options. Royal Caribbean doesn't make it easy to understand everything the island has to offer, in a nutshell. On the cruise planner section of their website, there were multiple screens of options: day passes, pool cabanas, beach cabanas, cabanas in the water park, 2 different beach clubs, each with their own types of cabanas, and to make it more complicated, pricing varies dramatically depending on multiple factors like season, ship, and availability. And you can't see the prices for your sailing until after you book your cruise. It took me several hours of pouring through their website to get a handle on all the different neighborhoods and the various options within them. So I can tell you the difference between the free water park and the for-fee water park, the difference between Coco Beach Club and Hideaway Beach Club, and the difference between a hideaway cabana and a hideout cabana. I'll walk you through all of it in this video. Give me a few minutes of your time and I'll save you hours of research. I'll start by walking you through the different neighborhoods on the island and the options available in each. I'm a visual person, so I'll use a simplified map as I go in case that's helpful for you as well. I'll also provide a price range for each upgrade option in US dollars, along with the exact prices during my recent September 2025 cruise. It can take up to 15 or more minutes to walk to some parts of the island from the entrance. There's a network of tram routes that have at least one stop in each neighborhood. Stops are indicated on the official island map. You can find a link to the map in the description. The tram hub is on your right as you enter the park from the pier. I'm not going to go into every bar and restaurant in detail because they're scattered all over the island, but I'll cover the highlights. One thing to know up front is that if you buy a beverage package on the ship, it works throughout the island, which is a huge plus. I carved out 8 main neighborhoods that offer a way to break down what the island has to offer, while differentiating between what's included and what's not. The for-fee water park for families called Thrill Island, the free water park area for kids, Harbor Beach, which is a small lagoon, the main public pool called Oasis Lagoon, Chill Island, which is the most popular beach because it's closest to the entrance, South Beach, which is the furthest beach from the entrance and usually the quietest, the Family Beach Club, Coco Beach Club, and Hideaway Beach, which is an adults-only beach club. Thrill Island's massive water slides are the first thing you see when you're approaching the island and when you get off the ship, so we'll start there. Thrill Island offers 14 massive water slides across 2 towers and 2 splash zones. The Daredevil's Tower offers 7 exhilarating slides, including the 135-foot tall Daredevil's Peak, which is the tallest water slide in the Caribbean. The second tower is called Splash Summit, with 6 multi-rider slides, including the Slingshot, a zero-gravity slide for 4, the Twister, a winding tube slide for 2 on a tandem raft, and the 4-lane Splash Speedway racing slides. There's a wave pool, also the largest in the Caribbean, and then there's an adventure pool where kids can bounce, climb, and swing their way through floating lily pads, rope swings, and a rock climbing wall. A full day pass costs between $44 and $99 per person. On my September 2025 cruise, since there weren't a lot of kids on my cruise, they were charging in the lower end of that range, at $83 Canadian or about $50 US. There are change rooms and loungers throughout Thrill Island, but you can also reserve a cabana with a sectional couch and an attendant who can get your food and drinks. A cabana rental includes day passes for up to 6 people and can run anywhere from $400 to as high as $1,000. On my September cruise, the price was at the lowest end of the range at $856 Canadian or around $550 US, which works out to around $90 US per person with a group of 6. Thrill seekers who don't mind paying extra might also be interested in the zip line, which begins right in front of Thrill Island. It's a 1,600-foot-long course that crisscrosses the island and ends across from Harbor Beach. Pricing ranges from $50 to $139 per person. On my September 2025 cruise, they were charging the very lowest price in that range at 77 Canadian or around $50 US. Let's move on to the free water park area next door. Right at the entrance plaza is Captain Jill's Galleon, which is a pirate ship with dry slides, water cannons, rope features, and a splash pad. A few steps away is Splashaway Bay, which is a nice-sized park with water slides, fountains, sprinklers, geysers, drench buckets, and racers. This is also where you'll find Captain Jack's, which serves chicken wings and fries with various sauces. Let's move next door to Harbor Beach, which is a small lagoon-style beach with very calm waters, lots of loungers, and a nice view of the pier. This is also where one of the larger food outlets is located, called the Skipper Grill, which offers the usual grill items like hamburgers and hot dogs. I liked how they also offered pressed sandwiches like Cubans and ribeye cheesesteak, all complimentary. A few steps away is the Oasis Lagoon, which is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean, surrounded by hundreds of loungers and umbrellas. There's also a large, well-staffed bar with a very popular swim-up section. There are also several cabanas scattered throughout the pool area that you can rent for the day for up to 8 people. The cabana includes lockable storage, premium towels, water bottles, and an attendant who will get your food and drinks. Cost for a full day rental varies between $500 and $1,000, which works out to $62 or $125 per person in a group of 8. On my September 2025 cruise, they were once again charging in the lower end of that range at $800 Canadian or $540 US. Next to the Oasis Lagoon is Chill Island, which is a massive stretch of beach that represents about a third of all the public oceanfront beaches on the island. It's also the most popular since it's the closest beach to the entrance, with a 5 to 10 minute walk. I'm calling this neighborhood Chill Island for simplicity, but it's actually comprised of 2 official beaches. Chill Island is the main section, and the upper portion is called Breezy Bay at Chill Island. There are thousands of loungers and umbrellas in this section, along with multiple bars and restaurants. In the Breezy Bay section is one of the 2 sports pavilions on the island, with hard and sand courts for basketball, volleyball, cornhole, and more. There are 2 upgrade options in this section. The first is a beach bed if you want to have a little more space and comfort on the beach. You get a shaded beach bed and 2 reserved lounge chairs in front, along with a cooler full of water, 2 floating beach mats, and beach towels. The cost for a full day beach bed rental varies from $150 to $450 for up to 4 people, which works out to $37 or $112 in a group of 4. On my September 2025 cruise, they were charging in the middle of that range at $439 Canadian or $264 US. If you want more space and amenities or just have a larger group that wants to enjoy the beach together, you can also book a beach cabana, which accommodates up to 8 people. Each private cabana includes a sectional sofa, reserved loungers, private lockable storage, premium towels, 8 water bottles, and 2 floating mats available on request. You also get a dedicated cabana attendant who can get your drinks and food throughout the day. The cost for beach cabanas varies significantly from as low as $300 to as high as $1,300. That's $37 or $162 per person with a group of 8. The cost on my September cruise was in the higher end of that range at $1,847 Canadian or $1,100 US. The other neighborhood with a public ocean-facing beach is South Beach, which is furthest from the entrance with about a 10-minute walk. Because of that distance, it's also quieter and more secluded. You can also take the tram, which makes the trip much easier. It's a cool walk to the beach through a sort of palm tree forest. This is where you'll find the only floating bar on the island and the other sports pavilion. There's also a cool bar with different colored Muskoka chairs. This is the best part of the island to chill with less crowds without paying for one of the upgrades. You can rent beach beds and cabanas here as well with the same amenities and a similar price range as Chill Island. Before we move on to the next neighborhood, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying this video and find it helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing because it helps me grow the channel. Okay, let's move on to the 2 private beach clubs that require an extra fee to get in. First is Coco Beach Club, which is right in between Chill Island and South Beach. This is a family-friendly, capacity-controlled beach club with a temperature-controlled infinity pool, upgraded dining, pool loungers, and towels. It also offers some of the most extravagant upgrade options on the island, which I'll get to in a moment. Coco Beach Club is a very chill place to go with friends or family for a more relaxed and refined experience. There are less crowds, the sit-down restaurant offers filet mignon and lobster on the menu, and the pool beds are a lot more comfortable if you can snag one. There's a dedicated bar and lots of loungers and umbrellas by the beach that are a bit more spaced out than the public beaches. And there are attendants everywhere taking drink orders. A day pass to Coco Beach Club can range from $100 to $200. On my September cruise, they were charging towards the lower end of that range at $214 Canadian or $130 US. The 2 cabana options at Coco Beach Club offer an upgraded experience as well. The beach cabana is several times larger than the public beach cabanas and can accommodate up to 8 people very comfortably. The cabana itself has a large sectional sofa with several chairs and features a sink and mini fridge, storage closet, power outlets, lockable storage, premium towels, floating mats, and unlimited bottled water. In front are 4 loungers, and close by is a patio table with an umbrella and 4 padded chairs. Similar to other cabanas, you also have a dedicated cabana attendant who can get your food and drinks. Each cabana rental includes day passes for up to 8 people, which is worth at least $800 if you have a group of 8. The rental cost varies wildly from as low as $1,400 to as high as $4,000 per day, which is $175 or $500 per person with a group of 8. On my September cruise, it was in the lower end of that range at $3,287 Canadian or just under $2,000 US. The most extravagant and expensive upgrade option on the island is the overwater cabanas, which features the same setup as the beach cabana, except it's more than twice as big at 675 square feet, and it's literally on the water. There's a sofa, chairs, patio table, and loungers, as well as a small slide, an overwater hammock, and of course, a dedicated attendant to tend to your every need. Overwater cabana rentals include Coco Beach Club day passes for up to 8 people. The cost to rent an overwater cabana ranges from $2,100 to over $3,800, which is around $275 or $475 per person with a group of 8. On my September 2025 cruise, they were charging the lowest of that range at $3,431 Canadian, which is around $2,100 US. Right in front of Coco Beach Club is Up, Up, and Away, which is a helium balloon that floats up to 450 feet above Perfect Day for about 15 minutes, letting you take in the island from the highest vantage point in the Bahamas. Cost ranges from $40 to over $100 per person. On my cruise, they were charging $92 Canadian or $55 US. Okay, let's move on to the 8th and final neighborhood, which is Hideaway Beach Club. This is an adults-only area with a party atmosphere. So if you like sipping cocktails by the pool with fun dance music playing in the background, and no kids, then this is your place. If you're looking for a more chill, laid-back beach club experience, you should stick with Coco Beach Club. There's a large temperature-controlled pool with a swim-up bar and a DJ spinning music for the entire day. There are 5 bars spread throughout the area, as well as 2 restaurants. Slice, which serves pizza and craft cocktails, and Hideaway Hut, which serves ceviche, coconut shrimp baskets, burgers, salads, and funnel cakes. The cost for a day pass varies from $30 to $100 per person. On my September 2025 cruise, they were charging in the middle of that range at $92 Canadian, which is around $55 US. There are 2 cabana options which can get a bit confusing because they sound the same. There's a Hideaway cabana and a Hideout cabana. The Hideaway cabanas are located around the Hideaway pool and are a bit similar to the Coco Beach Club cabanas in that they have a sink, mini fridge, ceiling fan, and charging outlets. Although it's 90 square feet smaller, it still includes 2 loungers, 2 chairs with an umbrella, and a dedicated attendant. Hideaway cabana rentals also include day passes to the Hideaway for up to 8 people. Hideaway cabanas cost between $900 and $1,700 or $112 and $212 per person with a group of 8. On my September 2025 cruise, they were charging in the middle of that range at $21.94 Canadian or $1,300 US. That brings us to the more expensive hideout cabanas, which are located in a secluded section of the Hideaway with a private pool at the very far edge of the island. They're the same size as the Hideaway cabanas at 200 square feet, with a large sofa, several chairs, a cooler, sink, mini fridge, charging outlets, ceiling fans, and private lockable storage space. You also have a dedicated attendant for food and drinks. The coolest feature is you can walk right out into the private pool for hideout cabanas and relax on the private pool beds or float on one of the included pool mats. Hideout cabanas include Hideaway day passes for up to 8 people. Pricing ranges from $1,800 to $2,700 or $237 to $350 per person in a group of 8. The rate on my September 2025 cruise was in the lowest end of that range at $30.34 Canadian or $18.20 US. It's worth noting that hideout cabanas were the only amenity that were sold out when I went to plan my cruise a few weeks before sailing, so you definitely need to book them early. So there you have it, an overview of the massive perfect day at Coco Cay. If you visited the island, I'd love to hear in the comments below what your top tip would be for a newcomer getting their bearings. If you haven't yet visited, let me know if this was helpful and if you have any questions. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for supporting my channel. If you're not yet a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you consider becoming one because it helps me grow the channel and produce more content like this. If you're looking for a really laid-back cruise experience, don't miss my video on why Holland America is worth a second look here. Thank you for watching and happy cruising.